fasting is really putting away things that you find pleasure in for the sake of God. It shows God how much you love and appreciate Him. You push away things that are pleasant from you to seek God's face. Is that clear? So let's say if you really like cake, you like cake. I mean, you want cake every night. Well, you could go on a cakeless fast. That'd be a non-pleasant cake fast. You push it away. You can go on a fast that is a partial fast, where you fast, certain periods of every day, and then you eat. Some people do that. Okay? Some people fast, where they call it a day fast, where you fast all day and then you eat something in the night. The next day you fast all day, eat something in the night. You got those kinds of fasts. Okay? They got fast juice fasts, where you fast and you drink juices, that fresh juice that you grind up, stuff like that. People go on those kinds of fasts. This fast that we're on is the kind of fast that Daniel was on, the 40-day one. Ezekiel fasted, Jesus fasted this way, Moses fasted this way, and this is the kind of fast where they just didn't eat any solid food. Now, that's what we're on, okay? Non-solid food fast is the highest form of fasting, because you are denying yourself the greatest pleasure of life, and that is to eat food, especially in the Bahamas. This allows for the discipline of physical appetites and bringing the body under subjection to the spiritual desires. Very important statement. When you fast, you actually increase your control over your life. And I say your, I'm referring to your spirit. You are a spirit, but you live in a body, and most of the time our bodies control us. We are spirits, but our bodies literally control us. Fasting puts the control back in your hands as a spirit, and it makes you discipline your body so that your body becomes a servant to the Lord rather than a master of your spirit. One can also fast half a day, one can fast 24-hour period, etc. And we are fasting 24-hour periods. We are going complete days. During the fast times, our regular meals should be spent in prayer and Bible study. Read that with me. During the fast, times of regular meals should be spent in prayer. One more time. Do it again. During fast. Is that English? You'll understand that. This is very, very tempting. I'll tell you something about fasting. Fasting will save you so much time, you won't know what to do with it. Tell me why. Huh? No distraction, but that's another reason, huh? The time you spend eating, what else? The time you spend preparing to eat, yeah. You'll be amazed how much hours a day you just spend on food. Let me explain how much time you spend on food. First, you spend time on food thinking about food. So that's time consuming. Thinking about what you're going to eat. Just planning the meal. That's time on food. Then you got to what? Got to go shop around, drive around, or go and cook it. That's time again. Then after you cook it, you got to what? You got to eat it. After you eat it, you got to what? You got to clean up. So by the time you finish, you spend 5 hours of your 24-hour day on fasting. On eating. Eating. Now, this is important. When you're on a fast, if you are a person who eats breakfast every morning, some folks don't, but if you eat breakfast every morning, then you just found extra time to spend with God. And that's what God been trying to get long time. God been trying to get you to spend some time with Him long time. So the fasting is what God's excited for. God say, wow, man, I finally got you. You ain't got nothing to do except be with me. Boy, God gets excited. Intimacy begins to develop. Okay? Lunchtime. What do you do at lunchtime? Well, years ago when I used to work for Ministry of Education, I used to go on long fasts. And I go to work every day. I fast for 17 days, 20 days, go to work. No one knows, I just fasted. At lunchtime, I vanish. I go out by the dock, go by the park, drive out there by the park under the tree with my Bible. Every day, spend my hour with the Lord, go back to work. And I realized I read about 5 books of the Bible in 1 week, just on lunch hour, on God, in prayer and in reading of the Word. In the evenings, and those of you who are parents, or maybe you guardians, you got to cook for people, and you got to cook for a spouse who is not on the fast. I encourage you to do that. Go ahead, cook, take care of your family, but you ain't eating. Okay? You can sit to the table and bless them, and that's no problem. That ain't gonna bother you on a fast. But if that's not necessary, you can just bless them, prepare for them, and then you go spend that time with the Lord. But you need to make sure that you maximize those times when you would eat. Now, some Bahamians take a 4th meal. We call it what? Supper. I know where we get that one from. We got breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then there's this supper thing. Now, supper is a good time for you to spend that final time with the Lord, just you and the Lord. And of course, that will take place after this meeting. See, when you come here and you're in the Word of God and we get teaching, then you go back home, it's supper time. And so you spend that time with the Lord. Get in the Bible, get in the Word, pray. It's a good time to pray for your family, pray for folks in the house. Get quiet and pray for them, because now the Lord will hear your prayer. He can really minister to you and minister through you, and people in your home will begin to be impacted by your fast. Okay? Now, really quick here, it says, it is important that these activities are carried out. 1, commit oneself to God in consecration to the fast and prayer. We did that tonight. Now, early prayer, we can close with that kind of prayer tonight. 2, drink water at room temperature. There's a temptation, of course, to put ice. I would give you permission, because of my experience. You can use ice for the first 3 days. After that, forget it. Because the temperature in your body is, they say, an average of 89 degrees. So your body already hot. So when you don't have any, food and stuff going in your system, cold water will shock your system, and you can actually have gastric cramps. So you want to work with temperatures that are normal, and believe me, you're going to enjoy it. You just have don't put no ice in it, what I'm saying, and don't keep the drink that you're going to be drinking on a fast in the refrigerator. There's a temptation to do that. Just leave it out at room temperature, whether you're drinking cranberry juice, apple juice, or water, or whatever. Now, tea, of course, will be warm or hot. Now, you don't want it too hot, but you can enjoy that. But please do not drink ice drinks, okay? It's important after the 3rd day. All right, I put a couple of suggestions here for what you should drink. 8 glasses a day or more. Or more. Please, there's no maximum that you can drink of water. And the longer you are on this fast, you'll find yourself drinking more water, because now your system is saying, thank God I can finally clean myself out. And you need water to get that stuff out of your system. Okay, so you drink a lot of water. Hot tea, juice, Gatorade, and other hot drinks could be used. Gatorade, I don't want to encourage too much. Some people use, I recommend Gatorade sometimes for a little variety, but Gatorades have high sodium sometimes, so you got to be careful. And salt have no use in the body. So you want to stay with, your cranberry juice, your apple juice, and your water, and your herbal teas, and those things will be safe. Number 3, whenever gastric juices cause acidic reactions in the stomach, do what? Drink water, plenty water. All right, let me go through my little Bahamian routine at this point. When a Bahamian don't eat for 2 days, they call it gas. If they don't eat for 4 days, they call it starvation. For 5 days, they call it you're killing me. All right, let me explain this again. The first day of a fast, the worst part of your experience is your mouth. Anybody having that problem yet? First day, day 1, is no problem in a fast, because on the first day of a fast, you're basically resting your system. Your stomach don't have no big deal. It's no big problem for you. And you ain't got no problem today. Matter of fact, the only problem you had was 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and maybe right now. Okay. Food is habitual. Okay? Now, on day 3 of a fast, you begin to experience what they call gastric irritation. All right. What is gastric irritation? You can see what that is. Gas. Yeah. Irritation. All right. Now, what is gastric irritation? Your body has, of course, let me just draw this because I want you to see how this looks. This is how your body works. You know what that is? What's that? That's your tongue. You realize your tongue and your rectum are the same organ. Everybody clear? This and that connected. That's the same organ, just one big pipe. Okay, that's important now. That's why your tongue smells bad. The scent comes from your tongue. Because everything that's in your system is in your tongue. So when doctors want to check out what kind of disease you got, they just check your tongue. All right? Now, when you eat food and it comes into the stomach, the brain tells the stomach food is there and tells the stomach to produce this thing called gastric juice. Gastric juice are acids that the stomach produces. And these acids are a compilation of enzymes that are designed by God to break down the molecules in solid food to make them digestible. Is that clear? So really what you have in your stomach when you eat is acid. They call it gastric juices. They're the juices produced by the stomach that are acids to break down the food. They should actually call it astric gases, but they call it gastric acids. Why? Because when the acids begin to break the food down, they produce a gas. Because they're acids. They're doing their job. So you got acid in your stomach that produces what? Gas. And that's normal every time you eat. Now, I want you to think about eating. If you eat breakfast 8 o'clock every morning, non-stop, right? That means your body develops a habit and your brain knows it's 8 o'clock, here we go, here comes some egg and some bacon and some stuff, you know, fry engine, whatever you eat. And so 8 o'clock, between 8 o'clock and 8:15, your routine is to eat. So the stomach says, produce gases. Okay, the brain says, so the stomach doesn't even wait. That's why you feel hungry even then you don't eat yet. But you're not hungry really. It's the gases in the stomach beginning to be produced, and they are acids, and they begin to look for food. The gases begin to look for food. If you don't eat at 8 o'clock and 8:15, then Bahamians call that what? Gas. What's that? That's the acids trying to find the food. Okay. Where does the pain come from? Now, you say, I got gastric pain, my stomach hurting, I gotta go eat. That's what the devil wants. See, the pain is when the acids can't find the food. So they start to work on the stomach lining. Now that's good, because the stomach lining is so dirty with food that's been there for the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 10 years. You'll be amazed how messed up your stomach is. You got food in you right now that's been there for 5 years. Y'all don't believe that, right? That's scientifically proven. You got stuff in you that's been there for 5 years. Imagine eating a potato and it's still there. In 1995, you ate a piece of meat and it's still in your stomach. Still in your colon. That's why you get colon cancer. Colon cancer comes from rotting food that didn't come out. Now, the pain you feel, I want to deal with this because some of you are going to feel it tonight and tomorrow. Don't panic. The pain you feel is this gastric acids working on your stomach. And they begin to burn off all the film that is on your stomach wall. And you begin to feel it because it actually begins to burn the nerves on the stomach. That's not demons. Ain't no devils coming in. That ain't the devil talking to you, telling you better eat. You know, that ain't, no, you ain't gonna die. Okay? No. That's normal. So, what do you do if you got a lot of acid in a place and you want to dilute it? water. So when you feel a little irritation in your stomach, the next 5 days, just drink water. And drink water, keep drinking and drinking until it stops. It'll stop, but trust me, it'll stop. Just keep drinking. Now, it's amazing, when the period that you normally eat is over, you don't feel the pain no more. Because the stomach says, no food, stop producing. So you're okay until when? Lunchtime now, here comes lunchtime. So now 1 o'clock come, the brain tells the stomach, produce. So now here you are, boy, 12:45. Forget Brother Myles. My stomach hating. I'm gonna die, you know. Pray for me or something. No, it's the same thing. It's simply gastric juices on a habitual timing, and they come down. And the stomach produces them, they begin to burn your stomach again. What do? Drink water, dilute them. Now here's what's good about them. When you drink water, they come out of your system through your urine. Those acids, they come out of your system. Alright? But what's good about the acids is while they are burning your stomach, they're cleaning it. They're burning all the stuff that's being caked upon your stomach walls for weeks and months and years. It's finally getting rid of this stuff. But you're feeling it because it's cleaning the stomach but also affecting the nerves and the stomach wall. Which is not bad because that's necessary for you to get clean. But you take the water in to flush it out. Okay? You ever flush in the toilet? That's what you're doing when you're fasting. It's continual flushing of a toilet. And believe me, it's a toilet. It's amazing how dirty your body is. Now, what happens at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock? Same thing, right? So don't panic. You know, you begin to feel this thing, drink water. And before you go to bed at night, don't let the devil fool you. Now, there's a boy, you know, you're eating a little bit. See that little piece of turkey left from Christmas? You know, some of you are getting close now. It's only the first day. You're going to be all right, believe me. This is going to be so easy. You're going to have fun. You're going to enjoy the presence of the Lord. But don't be afraid of those pains because they are natural. They are part of the process of cleansing. And you just go get a good drink of nice, you know, water or apple juice before you go to bed, or maybe even drink a big cup of tea, you know, herbal tea, please. Put a little bit of honey in it and drink that. That flushes your system. Okay? Now, that's the first 3 days you're going to feel that. The 4th day, you're going to think you're going to die. The 6th day, you believe demons are in your system. Let me explain why. On the 4th day of your fast, the gastric juices are producing the highest level because they are looking for food. So the brain tells the stomach, there's got to be food. Why? You are a junkie. Withdrawals. Addicted to ease. Addicted to peas and rice. That's addiction. You're an addict of food. So when you're in a fast, you're breaking a habit. So on the 4th day, your body begins to scream for food. Now it ain't your body, it's the habit of the acidic juices. That's why you feel them burning the most on the 4th day. You're going to feel it now. Just remember, Pastor told us so. You ain't dying. There ain't no demons bothering you. That's acid. But if you make it through the 4th and 5th day, you're on your way home. Because now the brain is going to start telling the nerves in the stomach, don't bother no more. And that's where you want to get to. You want to get to the point where your body begins to obey you rather than impulses of habits. And that's a tough part of fasting, getting to that point. That's why a 3-day fast is not a good fast. People think I go on a 3-day fast. That's kind of worst fast because on the 3rd day is when you get the worst pain. A real good fast is a 7-day fast. Okay? Now, worst day of all is day 6. Day 5 is when the body began to withdraw. This is your withdrawal day here. Day 6 is the worst day. And this is amazing. It's the day of man, isn't it? On the 6th day of a fast is your worst day because it's the day when your temptation goes sky high. Because you are not completely out of the woods and you're not into deliverance yet. If you cross over the 7, you're delivered from food. So the 6th day of a fast is where you stand here, you see turkey and you smell it. And you can still identify with it. But you also look ahead for the next day of fasting and you see nothing. So the body begins to talk to you on the 6th day. Lord have mercy. That's when the wrong people show up, full of demons. Can I take you for lunch? How would they say on the 6th day? Oh, I was coming home and I decided to buy you some food. I mean, the 6th day is full of demons. Trust me. It's the most terrible day in a fast. It's the day of the flesh. Are you writing this down? 6th day, day of the flesh. So if you go to the 6th day, pray a lot, spend any time in the Word, stay away from people who want Mickey on the 6th day. The 6th day is temptation day. It's the day of the flesh. On the 7th day, when you reach the 7th day, you've crossed over into deliverance. You ain't free yet. Deliverance. Deliverance is what? Deliverance from food. You are delivered now from the temptation. As a matter of fact, on the 7th day, people could come to you and offer you food. You smell it, and it ain't smell good no more. Guaranteed, you'll see. You look at food on the 7th day, and you'll think, okay. No interest. Don't try it on the 6th day. Ask somebody else to cook on the 6th day. 7th day is the day of what? Perfection. And it happens in the physical body. On the 7th day, God perfects your body, and you actually become delivered from food. On the 8th day is the day of beginning of renewal. On the 8th day is when Christ rose from the dead too, and that's important. Okay? This is your perfection day. That's when you are delivered from food. On the 8th day is the day of purification. This is renewal. Renewal is an amazing experience in the body during a fast because it means now you are just beginning to be purified. Everything else was flushing. First 7 days you flush. From the 8th day on, you are now in the process of healing. Your body begins to be healed. That's when you begin to throw off junk and you actually can feel it and see it. On the 8th day of a fast, your eyes turn white. See, they're red now, all kind of stuff. They say red eye is a sign of dirty blood. Well, scientifically, it actually means toxic blood. The blood is full of poison, toxins. When you go on a fast, on the 8th day, you can tell you are purified by the whites of your eyes. You can see the white of your eye again. Secondly, your skin begins to change on the 8th day because all the poisons in your body finds every way to get out of the body. Your skin is an organ. It excretes poisons. That's why you sweat. So everything begins to come out of your body. Matter of fact, on the 6th and 7th day, you got to bathe. You can find yourself having to bathe maybe more than once a day because a lot of junk will start coming through your flesh and you're going to be smelling interesting. It's one of the reasons why people go on a long fast go by themselves and they go hide. Like John the Baptist, stuff like that, they go hide. Because you see, on a long fast, a little while people think, use big. I'm trying to take you through this because I want you to know what to expect. Okay? But what's happening there is you're being purified. Now on the 8th day, your skin changes. If you got pimples or whatever thing, all those things go away on the 8th day. Your face begins to turn bright, begins to glow, your skin is smooth, your hair turns dark and nice and oily. In other words, all the stuff that's been blocking the pure health of your body is now out of the way and your body begins to take on a renewal. It also happens to your inside, your organs, your heart is finally beginning to rest. So now the beat of your heart becomes more normal. Your lungs, my God, finally the lungs are saying, I ain't got to do all that work to carry no more weight in order to digest food. So now the lungs become revitalized. Everything in your body. Your urine on the 8th day is a strange thing to watch. Because on the 8th day of your urine, Drink a lot of water because a lot of garbage coming out on the 8th day. You purify in your life. And that goes on until about the 13th day. 8 to 13, you're being purified. Now, when you're purified in your body, when your body being purified, it also affects your soul. What's your soul? Your mind, your emotions. If you got emotional problems right now, you go on this long fast, no problem. 12, 13 days, you got emotional peace. No one bother you. Matter of fact, you get healed emotionally if you go on a long fast. People cuss you, look at them, start laughing. You have peace. I'm serious about this. A long fast, by the time you get to the 13, 14 day, you become emotionally peaceful. But also something happens to your mind. When your body is pure, your mind becomes sober. Most of us don't know what a sober mind is, because you got to go on a purification to understand sobriety. That means that your mind becomes heightened in its sensitivity. You will be able to remember things you used to forget. On a long fast, you also read things and you can comprehend them more easily and faster on a long fast. This begins to happen around the 14th day. Matter of fact, when you get over 14 days, you become a time bomb, a spiritual time bomb. Because this is when now you have hit what I would call the second 7. The first 7 days, perfection. When you reach the second 7 days, which is 14, then you are clean. It's the clean period of a fast. You become clean, which means that there's nothing in your system to interfere with the work of the Spirit. 14th day. It's a powerful time of a fast. That is when you begin to enjoy prayer. It's also the time when you begin to receive more energy. Surprising. Let me just say something here quickly, because you're going to experience something strange. 7 and 8 day are the days when you feel nauseated. Why are you nauseated? Because the poisons in your body begin to make you sick. Usually when people feel this way, some people have different reactions to this. Some feel their head spinning. And they say, "Oh Lord, oh I die." And I've seen people say, my head span twice on a fast. Once I was on a 28-day fast. And I was working. Never stopped working. I kept going to work. Working at the Myles Lumber Company. I had to climb these steps upstairs in the back where I was working in the warehouse area by the advertising department. So I was working. And I worked a 28-day fast, just water. And I remember going to work one day. It must have been the 19th day or so. I started to climb them steps. Listen here. I just felt myself swing. And I realized my body was really dirty, because the chemicals were still in my body on the 19th day. That shouldn't happen on the 19th day. Colonel Nelson fell one time. He was on a 29-day fast, I think it was, and he fell. We were together in Trinidad. We were going to a meeting, and he was fasting. He was like on his 29th day, and his head went. I just heard, bam! I turned around, he on the ground. And I realized what happened. I said, yeah, I understand. Prayed for him and everything. We went to the meeting. He had a big bump on his head. He hit his head on the side of the terrace. That comes from poisons. Poisons. Now, 6th and 7th day, you will experience a little, some of you will, not all of you. You are feeling a little strange feeling, lightheadedness. That's because the poison in your body is so concentrated that it's actually causing you to be sick. What you need to do when you feel that way is drink a lot of water. Just drink a lot of water when you feel dizzy. That's all. You ain't dying. Devils ain't taking over. Demons ain't possessing you. Drink a lot of water and flush that stuff out. Matter of fact, the more you feel nauseated, that's the more poisons that are in your body. That means you need to get more water into your system. Is that clear? Now, some of you won't feel it, because some of you may probably have flushing going on all the time. But some of you may feel that around the 6th and 7th day. The 8th day your energy kicks in again. You begin to feel strong. On the 14th day, believe me, you could run through a troop and leap over a wall. Paradox, isn't it? 14 days without food will give you more energy than 14 days with food. I don't know how to emphasize that to people. People say to me, but don't you feel weak? I mean, 14 days without eating, don't you feel tired and weak? No, you have more energy than you ever did before on a 14-day fast, because finally your body ain't got nothing else to do with the energy. So it gives it to you. Okay, let me explain another way. This is a Bahamian explanation of reverse energy. What do Bahamians do when they finish eating? Why? Don't answer that. You got ritus. Okay? Now, what is ritus? Let me tell you what ritus is. Ritus is a tired body that has no more energy to keep you awake, because the energy is concentrated on trying to digest that big lump of food you put in the stomach. So your body says, go to sleep. I got to concentrate on this mass of lard you got down here. That's what niggeritis is. Okay? That's what it is. Now, on a fast, there's nothing in your body. Nothing. And guess what? 14 days, you pure, which means the body begins to produce energy. Oh, by the way, let me explain where the energy comes from. You may say, where the energy comes from? Guess where it comes from? The energy comes from the fat that has been stored everywhere that haven't been used up for the last 5 years. Praise the Lord. Right. That's when you start soaking away. Because now the body begins to reconvert the fat back into carbohydrates and make it energy and fuel for the body, and now your strength surges. You want to feel excited but straight from 14 to 20 days. Oh, I just love to be with you all the last week. It's going to be wild. There's going to be so much energy in this place and so much spiritual sensitivity. I want to be around you all. Matter of fact, I want you to lay hands on me during that last week, because you're going to be so full of energy. Two kinds of energy. There's going to be physical and there's going to be spiritual, because both sides of your life are pure, which is what God can get us to. Become full of energy. So don't let no one tell you, boy, you fast for 20 days, you're going to fade away, you're going to die, you're going to starve to death. No. When you reach 8th and 9th day, your desire for food is gone. On the 14th day, you begin to detest food. You actually begin to hate food. You may not believe that's possible. You will experience it on this fast. On the 21st day, you have entered a zone. I call it a zone. You've entered a zone of no return. After 21 days, you can fast for 40 days, non-stop, because there's no desire in your body. Someone says, on a fast like this, do you have sex with your spouse? Well, the Bible says that if anybody wants to set themselves aside to seek the Lord, 1 Corinthians 7, right? And to pray, it says, let them get consent from their spouse. In other words, listen, get consent, because, that should not be a part of the experience. Okay? So this is time for God. Now, there's a complication here. Maybe you're married to someone who's not a Christian, and they say, I hear you say you're going on this fast. And I fasted, So you might need, in the case like that, to compromise with your mate so that there's no friction and problems in your family. Okay? Now, let me just take it to the other side, though. If you're fasting and your body is pure, there's no greater sexual experience between a husband and wife than when a fast is coming to an end. Because now you got two pure bodies with heightened sensitivity. No food in the way. Glory, hallelujah. No misfunctioning of systems. Now, some people just need a good fast. No Viagra. Need a good fast. I'm serious about this. It goes fast. Now, this point I'm only talking to married people. So y'all don't get carried away. Let me say one last thing about the process. When you get around 20 days, 21 days, your ability to hear God shoots up like 75%. Your capacity for worship, communion, shoots up like 60, 70%. Because when you are at that level of purification, your spirit has no resistance from your body. And therefore your ease of worship, of presence, is amazingly heightened. It takes place around the 20th, 21st day. You can go now, let me just warn you here. After 21 days, you can go without hindrance to 40 days. It's very easy after 21 days. Because it's just a matter of you waking up in the morning and, serving the Lord and reading the Word and prayer. But let me just state this. If you're going to go on a 40-day fast, please, you need time off from your work. Because your energy level goes through some funny things. When you start a fast, right, your energy level goes like this. And then around the 8th day, it begins to shoot up. And it goes up until around the 20th day, which is where you will be at in this fast. You'll be at a high energy level. It continues up until about 24, 25 days. 26th day, the energy begins to fall again. And by the time you reach 27, 28th day, your body begins to go through reduction. All the fat in your body begins to be consumed by your body. Your energy level then becomes less because there's less fat and stored fat in your body. However, you don't need food. God created your body to go without solid food for 40 days. That's it. Every human in this room could go without food for 40 days. Between 1 day and 40 days, the Bible calls it a fast. Day 41 and on is called starvation. Are you with me? Starvation is when your body begins to eat itself. It begins to consume the muscle because there's no more fat. So it begins to consume the very sinews of the body. You begin to literally eat yourself to stay alive. That's starvation. You were not designed to live that way. Everybody here? So here's the point I'm trying to make. Until you've been 40 days without food, you are not starving. So a little bit of pain in your stomach from a gastric juice, man, that doesn't mean you're starving. We say it often, boy, I'm starving. No, you are an addict. You're not starving. You're an addict of food. So food is only necessary after 40 days. So, remember Jesus in the wilderness? Remember what happened, right? Why did Satan wait until the 40th day? Because Satan used to live in heaven. He saw God design man's body. He was there. He knew how this thing works. So Satan says, I know how the body works. So when Jesus was fasted, the Bible says, after 40 days of fasting, Satan came to him and said, gotta eat now. He said, I got a plan for your food. Obey me. And Christ says, that's okay. Now, the Bible says that angels came and ministered unto him. I'm not sure what they bought, but the word minister there means to serve. I'm not sure what they bought him, but they bought him something that day. Why? It was the 41st day. He had to eat something. But he didn't want to get food from the devil. Everybody with me? Eat the devil food, you got to pay the devil bill. So Satan says, I can serve you food, but you got to do what I say. Christ says, no, we don't live by bread alone. There's some stuff that we live by, I don't know, but it's the Word of God. And the Word of God says what? Whoever you obey, his servant you become. He says, if I obey you, I'll become your slave. And that's what Adam did. I ain't going to do it. Thank God he didn't. And thank God Jesus was served by angels. So, you are not dying until after 40 days. And most of you tell me right now, don't even think about it, Pastor. I ain't going to get there. I ain't going that far. Okay? But most people believe that when they start feeling pains, they're dying. And that's not true. That is just a part of the cleansing process. All right. I want to go to the practical side because I wanted you to understand that this is very simple, but also something that you can actually anticipate so you don't be shocked. I know what happened to me in the 3 days, so I already prepared myself. So I want you to prepare yourself psychologically because Satan will play tricks with your mind. Okay? And by the way, if you ain't got, strong internal control, stay out of the kitchen. The first 6 days, just try and not to make yourself, accessible to so much food and stuff because, some of you all need a little bit of help. And you don't want to put yourself under that kind of pressure. Okay? So keep yourself away from situations that can tempt you to break your commitment to the Lord. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time on this ride, I'm telling you. And I pray that you all make it. Everybody will, right? Yes. You will? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Breaking a fast. On a long fast like this, you got to be cautious because there's nothing in your system. So when you break a fast, we're going to break this fast with great care. Our recommendation is that you break a fast with soup that has no meat. No meat, just vegetables. And you shouldn't eat any bread when you're breaking a fast. Don't eat anything that is solid. You want to eat something that your system will be able to handle after 20 days. Then you need to also remember that there are no potatoes. And that's how a lot of people get excited about potatoes. Potatoes is some heavy carbohydrate. So, you want to eat vegetables and stuff like that in that soup. I've seen people break fast, with meat and stuff, and then they get sick and they wonder why. Because the system can't handle it. Okay? Also, let me just say this to you, that when you are fasting this long, because your tongue and your rectum are the same, all the junk that's in your stomach and in your colon, in your intestines, they come out two ways. They come out through your mouth and they come out through your rectum. Okay, all the poisons. The scent you smell during a fast is the poisons. Okay, all the toxins. They come out through your tongue and they come out through your rectum. The rest of them are flushed out through your bladder, through your urine. Now, let me just caution you with your tongue then. Today's Monday, right? By Thursday, your tongue will be bitter. That bitterness is poison. It's toxins. By Friday, you can feel like your tongue ain't supposed to be in your mouth. Because there can be so much junk coming up from your whole system and they surface in your tongue. Remember, your tongue is the same as your rectum. So your tongue becomes bitter. It tastes bad. Well, guess where that's coming from? I ain't coming from nobody. I come from you. That's you. That's how you taste inside. So what you got to do during the 6th and 7th day of a fast, my God, string Listerine, do something. Help people out and help yourself out. Now, I always encourage people also, people say, well, can I have a mint or can I do this, can I do that? Because you really feel like you got to have something in your mouth. I mean, it just tastes terrible. I'm telling you, it's going to taste bad. Well, I encourage people, if you got to put something in your mouth, you want to put something that is honey related. You get some honey drops, buy some honey thing. You don't want to use sugar mints and something because the sugar, the white sugar again, messes up your system. Your system's so pure now, your body can get excited about the white sugar, and then you are training your body with the wrong stuff. You want to brush your teeth? Plenty. From the 4th day on, because you have some interesting ministries. Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. You want to brush your teeth? But what's so beautiful is that, guess what happens? When all the junk comes out of your tongue, by the way, try this as well. On the 6th day, take a white towel and wipe your tongue. Just put it on your tongue and pull it hard and look at it. I guarantee you'll be amazed at the color of the stuff that comes out of your tongue. Just put it on your tongue and pull it. It's going to be almost like dark brown. Some will be gray. The dirt that comes, the poisons and the toxins and the chemicals that are in your body will come out on your tongue. Okay? On the 9th or 10th day, try something else. Take your urine and keep it in a little glass. Just try this. Urine is water. Put it in a little glass, put a cover on it, and then just rest it in the bathroom somewhere for a couple of days. And then go back and look at it. If you really messed up in that glass, there'll be some little crystals forming. That's poisons and toxins and chemicals that was in your body that was killing you. They come out in your urine. You actually see them forming in your urine. Now, we even talking about the spiritual benefits, I mean the awesome spiritual benefits of being able to hear God's voice and being able to pick up spiritual things. But remember that this is also the cleansing of your temple, which is what God is after. All right? Now, as much as I want to say to you tonight, I really pray that you be careful, that you drink a lot of water, that you spend those times together in prayer, that you are not eating. You can go to work. Don't worry about you falling out. You ain't going to fall out. Work is fine. Matter of fact, you can have more productivity at work because your brain and your mind is going to be clearer. You can be more productive at work. All right? You can have more time to put into work because you ain't going to be spending much time preparing food and thinking about food. So you can concentrate on your work. All right? Please look nice, dress up, and fix your hair, clean up. Don't walk around saying, I fast. The Bible says don't do that. Jesus said, if you fasting, oil your hair and shave your face, fix yourself up. Okay? And you ain't got to announce to nobody nothing. Okay? You don't go around telling people, guess what, we fasting, big sign on your chest. No. Someone asks you, why not eating? I'm not eating right now. That's all. You don't need to tell them no deep revelation. I'm not eating today. And you don't get involved in no argument with nobody concerning your decision. This is between you and the Lord. Okay? So please be cautious and don't show yourself to be fasting, the scriptures say. Last time we went on a 21-day fast, we had the slimmest church in the country. And about 6 months later, we wasn't sure where they going. Some folks maintained it, praise God. One last thing I wanted to say about, what is it? It's an important item about your mouth. It'll come back to me in a minute. When you're fasting, you need to remember that you may not go in the bathroom a lot at the beginning, even though you will find yourself, having movements. The longer you fast, the more complete passage you have. You begin to pass things that's been there a long time. Now, because your system is pure, the body begins to get rid of everything. You become finally, even your colon becomes pure. However, your taste buds, where are they? And guess what? The tongue becomes purified. So guess what? You become a baby again after a long fast. This is good news. On a 21-day fast, you have no sense of taste, which is good. Babies have no sense of taste. That's why when you taste baby food, you think, yeah! And the baby thinks, they love it. Because a baby has no sense of taste. His brain doesn't know the taste of anything yet. Okay? When you see guava duff, oh, I shouldn't be talking about this right now. You okay, Pastor Rich? Okay, sorry for that. I'm so sorry for that. Anyhow, I can use the example. When you see guava duff with the Iceland thing on it, guess what? You actually taste that mentally. And that's why your taste buds begin to give up water. You know, the acids in your tongue. Say, okay, it's in your mouth, so you begin to, we call it salvaging, yeah? That's because you actually taste it mentally. Taste is mental. It's not physical. Okay. Now, when you go on a long fast like this, 20 days, your taste buds have no sense of taste. They can't register taste, which is good. Which means that if you always want to be free from sweets, you can be free now. If you want to cut down on sugar and use honey instead, on a long fast, you can introduce yourself to honey, and you take honey, it'll be the sweetest honey your body ever tasted, because your taste buds never tasted anything like honey before. It's pure. So you can stop using white sugar if you wanted to, and just use honey, because now your taste buds will register honey as sweet. Am I clear? Yeah. If you wanted to stop eating, certain types of food, this is the time to do it when you're breaking a fast. When you come to fast, you don't eat that food anymore. Now when you see it, your mind may still register the taste, but your tongue does not have a response to the taste. So you can be set free from habits like that. I wanted to make sure you understood that. So taste buds become purified during a fast. Okay. That's as much of my sharing I'd like to do tonight. I hope that you will take this to heart and let the Lord give you wisdom. And we're in this together. So I think we got a good group of people here on this fast. So you got a lot of friends to keep company with. Yeah. If you feel the devil sneaking upon you, call somebody. Okay. We're going to give you a chance in a moment to take people's phone numbers. We can get some partners in here, all right? You get someone to just kind of stand with you in this fast, and we go into this together, and we will be able to encourage one another. Amen? Any questions? Any questions? Yes, ma'am. Stand up, I can't hear you. Real honey? I don't know, Lutra, somewhere. The food store, if you want to buy good honey, look for what they call raw honey. And that is the honey that has been cooked very, very little. I just bought some yesterday from City Meat. Super Value, I think I got some raw honey. The question, oh, you got raw honey? You selling honey? You selling it? Oh, Jimmy's selling it. Okay, you all look for Brother Jimmy Burris. They say he's selling honey. Question? Can you use the bio-basic stuff and all the health stuff that you got? I advise against it. Yeah. Someone say, can you chew gum? I think if they say sugar-free gum, I know what it's free from. My concern is when they say sugar-free, they probably got saccharin in it, so saccharin wasting sugar, so you got to be cautious with that. I would say that you probably want to find some honey drops or some vitamin C drops or things like that. If your tongue begins to taste, which it will taste bad in a few days. But don't get into the saccharin stuff. It'll kill you. Yes, that's all a question? Yes, hi. Coconut water. Best stuff in the world. If you can get coconut water, bring me some. Bring your pastor some coconut water, please. Alright? Coconut water is excellent for a fast because coconut water is God's natural mineral water. And it's the purest form of water actually on the planet, they say. So if you got coconut water, please use it. Don't feel don't feel inhibited. Go ahead and bring me some, please. Blending cucumber. No, you don't want any solid foods if you're going on a complete fast. Juicing. Same thing. Let me just say this, please. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. The only juices you want to drink at this time is water, apple juice, or cranberry juice. Yeah, you can juice the apple. I guess you Mr. Juicer. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You can get around it anyhow, so go for it. Yes? You had a question? Okay. Any more questions? Yes, ma'am. Olive oil for what? During a fast? No, you don't want to drink nothing solid. Olive oil is solid. That will kapunkle you up. Oh, by the way, there was a good question here about the bio-basics thing, which is for cleansing, right? That's a great thing to use after you get off the fast. Okay, use it like a week after you get off the fast. You'll be all right because it'll cleanse all the other stuff out. Yes. Stand up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who has it? Okay, Forever Living products have a honey. She's recommending it's good honey. All right. Yes, ma'am. Huh? Noni? Noni, noni, noni. No noni. You wouldn't need noni on a fast like this, believe me. Listen to me. A fast is the best way to get healthy. All the things you're telling me is trying to get healthy with junk is still in your system. This is the best way to be healthy, is to cleanse yourself completely through a fast. Yes. Definitely. I think you should not feel that you cannot exercise. You will know when you need to slow down, of course, because your body will tell you. But do not, resist. And when I say exercise, I'm not talking about running a mile or something. If you walk, that's wonderful. Matter of fact, that's what you want. You want to literally work your stuff out of your body so you can get out, and exercising will help you do that. Yeah. You'll probably slow down as you get in around the 17, 18 day, but it wouldn't harm you at all. No. I was jogging at 17 days of fasting. I was jogging. I used to jog every day. And 17 days, no food. I was jogging. And I ran 27 miles. Fasting 17 days. Couldn't believe it. I was shocked. And I realized that our bodies lie to us. Or let's say people lie to us about our bodies. So your body is an amazing thing. Okay? Any final questions? Yes, ma'am. Can you bring water with you here? Of course. Sure, you can bring your bottle of water here at prayer meeting. That's fine. That's no problem. Yeah. Definitely. Yes. Grapefruit juice? No. What's your problem in your stomach? Okay? Stay away from all juices with acid. Orange will kill you. Don't bother with that. Grapefruit juice, papaya, all of them got acids in it. Hold that. Don't fool with that. Okay, safest juices, cranberry and apple and water. Yes? You mean you children? No, that's up to you. I think we have some teenagers who go on the fast with us very long. My son and daughter went on a long fast with us. And man, they had so much fun. It's the greatest house in the world because nobody was cooking. But sure, if you get kids who understand it, I think it's something they need to understand. They can go on a few days fast. They wouldn't go on 21, of course. Their system wouldn't handle it. Yes. What do you do? What? Headache. Oh, I'm glad you asked that question. Let me tell you something about headaches. Fasting will destroy headaches. Your headaches are usually caused by something else. You don't got a headache, you got an ache that's causing the head to ache. And it's usually nerve related. Okay? So if you suffer from migraines or so forth, I want to welcome you to healing. Fasting will heal you from migraine headaches. Because all the things that have been causing you stress comes out of your body during a fast. Okay? People say, okay, on a fast I get a headache. What they're getting is that nauseated thing right there, which is the poisons. You will overcome that in a couple of days. Just drink a lot of water. Sometimes you have doctors say, any doctors here, they tell you, you got a headache, drink water. You ever heard that? Get a headache, drink water. What they're telling you is, you get a headache because your body dirty. The system is backing up. So you drink water and flush the stuff out, the headache stops. So a lot of times we think we got big problems. They're really small problems that are related to some bigger problems. Right? Yes, sir? Stand up so your voice can travel. I can't hear you. What's that? He drank water. Yeah, he drank water. The place where Jesus fasted, we went. And they have gorges with rivers that run through the mountains. He would have drunk the water. But that's all that was out there. What causes? What do you mean nervousness? When you what? I can't hear. That's a Bahamian disease. I never heard that before. I never shake. Boy, you almost got some serious hungry demons. Caffeine. Woo! No. Oh, caffeine causes it. Okay, that's your answer. Caffeine causes it. Yeah, don't use anything with caffeine in it, please, during the fast. My God, please, no. You don't need it. Your body has a bit of more energy than you will ever have in your life. So you don't need caffeine to keep you up. Oh, by the way, when you fast like this, on a long fast, you can find yourself, the longer you get into the fast, the better you're going to sleep. Okay? You'll also be waking up on time. In other words, you'll be up in the morning, out of bed. People think you're crazy. Because your body's going to be so well purified. It's going to be alive. At 7 o'clock in the morning, you'll be ready to go. Right now, you got trouble getting out of bed, right? Yeah. You know why? Too much food in the night. Your body's still trying to work on digesting food, see? So when you're fasting, your day is organized easier too, because you can get up earlier, you can stay up later on a fast, because the energy level is higher late in the nights on a fast. On a good fast, you only need to sleep like 5 hours. Yeah? So the tremendous gifts that God's going to bless us with physically is going to be tremendous. Yeah? I mean, just awesome. Okay? Any last questions? Yes, ma'am. Menstruation, no problem. Sure. Matter of fact, a lot of folks got healed during fasting and menstruation problems. You should definitely not consider that a condition to prevent you. No. Just drink a lot of water, of course, and it will stabilize it. If you got problems with menstruation, difficulty during that period of your month, fasting can actually heal that. And we've had cases where people, on record, people have been healed from cramps and so forth. So that is really a positive toward that end. Okay? All right, I think that's it. All right, appreciate that. You're ready to go? Ready to go fast? I was going to say ready to go eat. Ready to go and fast. Well, tonight was, the topic tonight was how to fast, and I wanted you to know how to do it. I want you to please secure some water, take it to work with you, and buy a good bottle of honey. It's a little expensive out there, isn't it? But try to get a bottle of honey and put that aside. And if you wish to have a little variety in your liquid intake, here's something I would recommend. I do for years. Take your apple juice and heat it up. Okay? And put a little drop of cinnamon in it. Just a little bit drops. It's the perfect drink in the world. And you can do that with your apple juice. Very, very nice experience. You can put a teaspoon of honey in it just for energy, and that will keep you. Some of you may have raw apple cider vinegar. You want to know about that? It's very pure. You can use that on a fast, okay? Just a tablespoon in a cup of water, and drink that. It will cleanse your whole tract or system. And it's a very, very good, potent cleanser. You can pick it up at the health store. Just ask them for. Now, don't use that vinegar. You cook it, please. That stuff will kill you. Use the raw apple cider vinegar. That's what you want to ask for. And use that in your. It's in the food store as well, eh? Okay. Heinz, they got. Heinz got two types, so. Right, that's what you want. You want the brown one. You don't want the clear one, let's put it that way. You want the one that's brown. Yeah, it also cleanses the odors in your body, right, so that'll help you. Okay, well, I'm so excited. Are you ready? Boy, let's stand together, prepare to go. I want us to just give the Lord thanks and prepare our hearts before the Lord.